Hey, hello everyone. This is the Dominion League. This is the A1 match. It's one of the first matches of the season, so I'm not gonna pull up the standings. Totally not because I don't have them ready. Uh, but it is Tracer versus Haka. Right, and they're going really quickly. Right, they thought about the opening a bunch, and I've been telling a story. To whoever was listening. So I totally didn't look at the board, so I need to be able to catch up. So what's going on here? I should probably do this for better viewing audience. All right, so we have uh, cards that draw is Watchtower, Vault, Witch's Hut. Are the cards that can draw cards, and Will-O-Wisp, which you can get off. Wait, why is Will-O-Wisp here? Oh, off tracker. Okay, well, never mind. Um, and we have a village that supports Witch's Hut, Vault, and the Watchtower in Fortress or Inn. And we have some options for payload with Grave Robber. Shad already points out how you can pull the Grave Robber, put the Fortress to gain Fortress to hand with Grave Robber, but that means Fortress would have to be in the trash, so that actually completely doesn't work. We also have the power card of Inheritance, which I assume the goal is going to be hitting inheritance for our players quite early. And alright, let's look at the opens. They both decided to open Silver Watchtower, which I believe, yeah, that can hit 7 with a very lucky draw. Um, and it also allows you to top deck some 5, sometimes to top deck some good cards. It does good things, and it's also just like a classic mode Silver, even if it doesn't do any of the fancy things. So it's great. Um, yeah, and then we gain some fortresses. It looks like Tracer managed to inherit. I think just recently. It was on turn 6. Okay, and it looks like Tracer's uh, pretty far ahead. What did they inherit? I assume the fortress. Yeah. Okay, it is the fortress. Um. All right. Yeah. So I assume that means they're far ahead because it doesn't look like Haka was able to inherit at any. Oh no, they did. Never mind. Haka was able to inherit on the very same turn. Okay, so they're like about similar in terms of what they're doing. I think both of them have one witch's hut. Both of them have 3 estates. Are their decks in like exactly the same state? Actually, looks like it. All right. Okay, well, I guess we didn't miss that much then because the whole thing is very even. And I've heard some clicking. Is that cat? Hi. Alright. I do need to actually put you on the okay. Alright, now you're also being recorded.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. I just
Um,
yeah.
the immediate thing that stood out to me in this game, okay, so Tracer has okay, they both have inheritance on Fortress. Yeah, that's obvious. What I found interesting was that they both went for Witch's Hut rather than Vault on their first five, which I don't think the Witch's Hut was bad. I just found it was interesting that they went for that instead of the Vault.
Well, the cursing is like very annoying here because there is actually no way to trash curses other than Watchtower. So as soon as they get in your deck, you can get rid of them. Oh, I guess Tracker. Okay, but uh,
Yeah, that's true, but this is a deck that plays with a lot of Watchtowers, I would imagine.
um, does it? Again, there's
Well,
no.
you can vault down and then watchtower back up and then do grave robber
Oh,
loops with fortress and inheritance. It seems really obvious to me.
all right, you can play it like that too.
Hmm.
Yeah, then Vault plays for 6 money. But you need a lot of action support, which they probably do have, honestly.
Yeah, there's
With
tools. Does tools work with the state? It should, right?
I assume so.
Yeah.
It's gain a copy of a card anyone has in play, yeah, as they doesn't
Yeah.
play.
You probably would gain a watchtower anyway, because watchtower with the nearby gives you a plus buy, so it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can buy double estate and gain a watchtower with the tools,
Yeah,
so it's pretty flexible. It's a very explosive board.
yeah, absolutely. Although it is only gonna be explosive if they actually just to gain a grave robber, or not grave robber, a vault, which they haven't yet. There is a grave robber though.
Yeah, I don't think you need the vault. You could definitely do it with just Witch's Hut and Grave Robber, but I do think the vault is probably better than not having a vault. But
It,
they'll gain and play a vault with a Grave Robber, I'm sure.
yeah, it is just economy after all. It's not anything more than that from a
Well, it's
vault.
also for cycling. It gets you past your coppers and gets you finding your cards that you Grave Robber for and stuff. So it does other stuff.
Yeah,
It's not just money, although the
it
money is really
it is
nice.
mostly money. Yeah. Okay, that is kind of cool. I am waiting to see if that actually happens. I guess. To and it looks like both of them. It's just yeah, this is really interesting in a way because both of them have like the exact same decks for the previous many turns, and only like the only difference that we had is that Haka gained a Grave Robber just now, which
Yeah.
Tracer followed up with. So no. All right,
I am
let's
very, very surprised no one has gotten a vault yet.
let's see
I'm
this
not-
vault. This is an excellent opportunity for it. Probably. Oh no, it
Yeah.
doesn't go on top. Never mind.
Wait, why wouldn't it go on top? The Watchtower should top deck it, right?
All right. You can top deck it with Watchtower. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This seems like a good opportunity for vault. I mean, another Witch's Hunt seems fine too. I don't hate it.
Yeah, but this is probably the moment. Haka is thinking about it, so that means they're at least. That means they're probably seeing the vault's potential. So, we'll
Yeah.
see. I guess that it's a little awkward with their hand because they don't have enough plus action in it, right?
Yeah. Another really funny thing about this board is Tools and Pendant kind of are both cards I might want to play with. Oh, it gets an in. Interesting.
Oh, and then the Haka reacted with Watchtower before doing the in bottom line text, and then that
Okay.
shuffled, and that would have
Yeah.
messed up. I did. Okay, that is a curious interaction too. I don't know that I'm
Yeah.
all that interested in playing with in. I think Fortress just seems better here.
In is okay if you're looking to just guarantee your next turn kicks off, but if you accidentally whiff it and make your current turn not that good, it doesn't do that much.
Yeah.
Um, the tools with the pendant is pretty cool too, because you got pouch, silver, and copper. So pendant's already worth four, and then if you include tools, it's already a platinum.
Uh,
And I do think you want tools on this board.
uh, yeah, but that does just seem worse than Volt, right? For generating money. I mean, the Vault
Yeah,
does need a village.
yeah, but there is plus buy in the pouch. You could presumably build up quite a bit here as well.
I mean, the best you
Um,
can do is double colony, just because of
yeah,
the plus by limitation. Okay, I guess if you gain a tracker, you can do a little more, but again,
yeah. I don't even know that double colony is feasible that much. Certainly you might be able to pop it off once or twice, but just threatening double colony or like colony province would be enough on a board like this, I think.
I think you can build all the way. I mean, they have a lot of grave robber, so they might be actually threatening the province by really aggressively here. This grave robber does that pretty well. Although I guess fortress does not interact with that particularly well, so maybe not.
Tracers did get a tools, and he does use it to get the watchtower, and then he does get the two estates.
Which totally didn't matter because they had a pouch in play, but yeah, maybe for
Yeah,
the future.
it was still pretty cool.
Yeah.
So they're just setting up their next turn. Again, I'm shocked by the lack of alt.
Yeah. It
I guess their
looks.
decks are doing all right. So,
Yeah. I mean, they could be doing more economy, I guess. Tracer definitely could have used more economy on the previous turn. Haka looks a little in trouble here because they just have a lot less villages in their deck and I think just like a lot less cards. I don't know if I like this Grave Robber gain here. It just
yeah,
seems like
I
you're
don't
gonna play
know.
a fortress and then like not really do anything powerful with the Grave Robber. I would have liked to see one of the mode fancy modes for 5.
Is he killing a watchtower? Wow.
That
Okay. I mean, it's not terrible. It just feels suboptimal to me.
yeah.
Another great. Wow. Okay.
I guess
I
you
guess
could
we're just
watchtower.
swinging for the fences now. Like this just feels like desperation. I don't know that this works.
I mean,
I don't think Hawk is sorry.
we have a lot of grave robbers, right? So that like has a lot of pressure on all of the piles, which the game looks like it's spinning down very
Yeah.
rapidly.
It will three pile, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's already like grave robber have some auto pile ish potential with enough draw, which obviously they don't have, but uh, there is that's something to worth considering for the future. And then there are only 2 estates in the pile, and watchtowers also disappear because they are nearby. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean this game could end on piles as soon as well, I was gonna say as soon as this turn, but I don't think this draw order from Tracer was good enough.
No. Killing the estate was interesting.
And I think that was like the only way they were able to continue through their turn because they've never drew a fortress.
Yeah.
Well, they each of them only has one fortress in their deck, so it is difficult to draw the one fortress, right? Because the set aside inheritance card goes from actually goes from the pile.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it
Just
doesn't go from the
making sure.
pile, it goes from the set aside card.
Well, yeah, but you have to take it from the pile into your set aside. That's what I was trying to say. Right.
All right, so we finally see a vault from Tracer.
Yeah. This is a little scary. No,
Is
I
it?
don't. This hand looks kind of scary for Tracer. I guess you have to play the fort. No, you don't have to play the fortress, right?
So Haka has to have enough actions to empty the grave robbers and also get a duchy, which I don't think is happening here.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe with like a tools, but you would have presumably have gotten the tools earlier.
Yeah, it's he and gaining the tools is not all that efficient here.
No.
I guess that it does save an action, doesn't it?
Yes, that would be why the tools would be really nice.
No, wait, no, it doesn't save an action because you actually need to play Grave Robber to gain the tools.
Yeah, but if you had a tools in the previous turn, it would save an action. So
Yeah,
it gives you
but
flexibility there.
he doesn't, and
Yeah.
I I assume pretty like with a very oh, what am I trying to say? I assume that Tracer is very likely to be able to finish the game at on their following turn.
That sounds reasonable, yeah. So Haka's probably already looking to try and get to colony, but it's kind of a death spiral colony. You might have to hope Tracer bricks, but they top decked all those cards. They're not bricking.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to win here. Haka's thinking of a way to win, but I'm not seeing it yet. And plus, you have to pile the watchtowers and the grave robbers and score a duchy. Like that's not happening. That's not even close.
Mm, It doesn't feel that far. I mean, you need the actions, and I don't know how many actions does Haka actually have in their deck. It's only five, right? They only have five estates, so they can only play six grave robbers. Oh, it's plausible. You just need to draw estates here, basically.
And they're top decking too. Okay, and
Oh, oh, we shuffled. That's not great. That is very desperation.
I mean, what else is Hawka gonna do though?
Yeah. Oh, this looks like something.
It's not a win.
Yeah, this looks like at least going somewhere.
I don't think it wins though. So Grave Robber, Trash, Fortress, get a Grave Robber in discard, Trash Fortress into another Grave Robber. So that's two Grave Robbers down. You have another Grave Robber. You're gonna be up to three action. I don't think it's quite there. But I don't know what the last four cards are here.
Yeah, if there is a grave robber, that like would help a lot because you could only use one watchtower play for two grave robber for being able to draw two grave robbers. Uh
And not only the Grave Robbers, you have to get the two Watchtowers and you have to get a Duchy. Like,
yeah,
that's so much work. I don't think it's possible. With the tools, it might be possible because then you'd have like a plus buy off of the tools that you get from the Watchtower, or
or you,
maybe,
or you
but
could just gain the grave robber. That is probably easier.
probably.
Yeah, but I think Haka just probably needs to score here, which I
Yeah,
would. It's very difficult to defensively score. They're going for it.
I think a pendant would be okay. Um, so it'd be like a 4 point pendant, four, five, six, seven, eight. That'd be enough for a province, I guess. It's something. It's not great. You'd like to
Yeah.
hit 11, but
Mm, yeah, I mean the province is not gonna cut it after we've lowered grave robbers so much.
yeah, pretty much. Hawkeye would probably have to trash a five into a province and then buy it another something, but that's also
Another
not good
green
enough.
card, yeah. This is
Yeah.
very difficult spot. Yeah, and Tracer also has the Volt, so they're also covered on the economy front.
I don't think the economy thing is that relevant because a lot of the time you're with your vault in hand, you're gonna have a lot of engine pieces in hand anyway. You're kind of cycling past your coppers to get to more of your engine pieces. That's like your ideal vault draw. It's, I mean, the economy is nice, but
Yeah, but
like,
you can play all of the engine pieces, right? Unless like if you have any engine pieces, you can just play them because they're either villages or grave robbers. I guess you need to draw into the fortress first to be able to play grave robbers, so that's slightly annoying.
yeah, but then
Slightly
you're not
annoying.
discarding them. If you like, let's say you play vault and you draw like two villages or something, and you have to discard down to like, I don't know, one card, which is your watchtower. I mean, you'd prefer to cycle coppers than your engine pieces there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just surprised it took this long to get a vault mostly, but I'm kind of out of practice with Dominion, so
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like the vault looked a lot better on paper, but their decks like have not focused on buying cards as much as trying to spin into this free pile, which was kind of imminent. So I guess that like made some sense.
Rogue.
All right, well that's desperation. What are we doing with the rogue?
I don't know. Maybe trying to hit one of their fortresses.
It doesn't help.
No, but it hurts Tracer a bit.
Does it?
But sure, because does it go to? Oh wait, it goes to his hand, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know why he got the rook.
I mean, they're trying to trash something, but they can't even trash the state, so
So he top decks this witch's hut.
mm, probably.
You just gotta top deck it blind and hope it works. I mean, man, I don't want to end this turn behind on points, but
And you could buy a duchy, and I, I guess you kind of have to. Yeah, it is. It is difficult.
yeah, Haka foolishly lowered piles. Really shouldn't have.
I feel well. They
It
were
probably
going
would.
for a win, right? Like they were
Yeah,
hoping that the win's there.
yeah, but
Which
there was no win there. It was never going to happen.
now, with the right draws, like if you stack your deck, then you probably could win.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Like if you draw all three grave robbers and a fortress after drawing all of your estates, and then you gain three grave robbers, and then you do that again. Like there was enough actions for it. Probably.
Maybe,
You
maybe. I don't know.
you just really needed to draw all the grave robbers together after all of your estates, which
Okay.
is
I
a
mean,
lot to ask for.
it seems very unlikely though.
Yeah, it was a lot to ask for sure from your deck.
Yeah, so here's Vault like tossing nothing but good cards here, which is why it might have not been picked up.
It literally does nothing, so this is a very awkward hand from Tracer. This is a kind of hand that Haka really wanted to see. Tracer literally can't play on here, right?
Sure he can. He could
Or
he
okay,
could
he can't play
Grave
on.
Robber.
He can't play on while saving the fortress.
Well, he has another fortress, right?
No, that's the set aside from inheritance. I guess you could get a fortress with the grave robber, but that doesn't. Hmm.
Wow, they're only playing with one fortress?
Yeah,
That seems very dubious.
yeah. Both of them are playing with one. I mean,
I thought they had both had two. That's crazy.
yeah,
Okay.
it is kind of misleading, but I also thought that initially, but then I never saw the second fortress. So yeah, it's just
Okay, so Grave Robber Fortress into Grave Robber. Use the fortress to draw the Grave Robber. Grave Robber the two Watchtowers into two Grave Robbers. Well, no.
you
One
don't have
Duchy,
enough
one
money.
Grave Robber, tools a Grave Robber. That's not quite enough.
Yeah,
It's kind of close, but not quite there yet.
well, we also need 6 coins, so that's kind of a problem.
That's why it's not quite there yet. Yeah. I think Tracer needed to toss with Vault and draw with the Watchtower,
Yeah, I agree.
which sucks because yeah, it's your pouch and your tools, but I think that needed to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need the pouch to win here, right? You kind of want the tools because they do help you.
You don't need the pouch at all, actually,
Yeah,
because if you're just buying Watchtowers, it gives you a buy just for getting it. So you just need 6 money.
yeah.
A pouch is really nice if you have like pendant, but I don't think Tracer's gonna get a pendant mid-turn. It's a
They,
nice emergency play if you want to go for colony, but
I mean, they could right here.
yeah,
But I guess that's only what that's only a 4 coin pendant, so they will only have 6. Yeah,
yeah.
6 is just not gonna cut it. You could top deck and you could maybe top deck an in.
I think you have to. No, Vault is all right too. Okay.
All right,
So they're
well,
gonna toss everything except for a state watchtower probably, and they're gonna draw on here and hope for a win, which I think is reasonable.
I
My,
think they're just gonna draw until the end of this shuffle, actually, and try to score. Isn't that better?
maybe.
I just like I don't want to trigger the shuffle that has a bunch of copper in it, and
Well, it doesn't just have copper; it has a bunch of watchtowers as well.
yeah, but it mostly has copper watchtower and nothing to get past those coppers and watchtowers, right?
Yeah.
So like I think if you trigger this shuffle, you lose on the spot actually. Just yeah, just because you can't really get past it, so all you're gonna draw is copper. Unless you find the win, which could still be done. I mean, Tracer still has 3 estates in those 4 cards, I think. Yeah. Uh, oh no, they discarded 1 estate to the to Haka's rogue, but they have 2 estates in these 4 cards. So you could play on here. Oh no, wait, they trashed 1 estate too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
They
okay,
did set.
but they have 7 points, so they
They have 5 estates. Wait.
no, they have 7 estates, right? They
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
seven
Seven.
points. That's
Yeah.
7 estates, and Haka also has 7 estates and 2 curses, right?
One curse.
Oh, right, the other curse got trashed, yeah. Right, well, something doesn't end up. Whatever. There is some number of estates in those 4 cards, so playing on is possible. Is the consensus.
He didn't discard anything. Hmm.
Okay, I am very perplexed by that.
Me too.
That is
Okay,
a
so we're
really weak play. Just like gaining a duchy. And I guess we're like setting up the next turn, but oof.
but now Haka can probably win. Like you really want to top deck a watchtower there, but you can't?
Yeah.
Hmm. Haka could win here. Very awkward draw from Tracer.
Oh, fuck, I cannot
Yeah.
win anymore. Do you just like trash one of the grave robbers here, Osaka, and gain a
And
province?
yeah, I would.
You probably have to. Giving a curse to Tracer is also sort of maybe important.
Yep, it's relevant. And then I would probably just buy a fortress. You could buy a tools as well. Maybe tools is even better.
I I mean this
I mean,
playing with
it's
one fortress has been very dubious to say the least.
yeah, I agree, but the
So
tools being able to be played without an action might be more relevant at this point. But it feels like a toss-up. It's not even clear you're going to get to that card by the time the game ends.
I mean we could top deck it, so uh that
Yeah.
swings
Okay.
very heavily in favor of fortress, probably being
Yeah.
able to top deck it.
Not a complete dodge from Tracer.
Oh no.
Yeah. Haka's trending to winning now,
All
which
right.
is shocking. Very shocking.
I think
Wow.
I
If
think
Haka finds a watchtower here, he could rogue a watchtower on top and get even more consistency.
oh yeah.
Yep, there we go. And you get the nearby. Oh, I forgot about that. Very nice.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. Maybe that was the intention of Rogue.
I don't think so. I'm not sure what the intention of Rogue is, but it worked out a little bit there. Okay. So
Yeah,
you Grave Robber Fortress into Grave Robber.
it's it's not very close to being there yet. I would have loved to play trigger the shuffle with the switches hat so that we can discard the nonsense outside of the shuffle.
Yeah.
And I would have considered maybe even playing that fortress because we do have a second one. It is in the discard, which is slightly annoying, but we do have it. Hmm. Because
Okay, so he does want to trigger the shuffle. Yeah.
yeah, but now this is like very awkward. Because we don't really have actions for all of this unless we know that there is a village down there, which we might have
Well,
an estate.
there should be, right? There should be at least one more estate down there.
Yeah, I mean they played some villages last turn. Oh, well, there was an inn, I guess. That looks really spooky.
Mm,
Oh, at least that's his province, I guess.
yeah, that's very unfortunate. So this game's gone in a very different direction than I expected. I had expected at least one colony, I expected some colonies to be off on the board, but that hasn't really happened.
Yeah, I feel like both of the players just kind of went for the pile out really aggressively and then started dudding horribly.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even say going for the pile out as much as just doing what you want to do on the way of getting to colony, and then a pile out just kind of happens.
I
But
I
I mean,
don't think this many grave robbers is all that much on the way to colony.
yeah, well, that would be the pile out at that point, yeah. But like, the watchtowers will run, the estates will run. I'm kind of surprised the fortresses didn't run as much. But other than that, I mean, I expected the estates and watchtowers to be a pile.
Yeah, uh, that's that's very fair. But still, like it is difficult to gain stuff like the to gain cards here as we are seeing with all of this trying to get a grave robber pilot and not succeeding. Right now, like I don't know, can Tracer get anywhere close to a win from this? Probably not, right?
No, even a colony he's behind points even with a colony. He would need a colony and a duchy just to get slightly ahead on points. He could get lucky off a witch's hut and curse him.
Uh, well, but we see that he couldn't because there's a watchtower in Haka's hand.
Yeah,
So,
but Tracer doesn't know that. I don't see any top decking indicator. So you
yeah,
could go for that and then well that doesn't even work anyway because Tracer's first player. So and plus like I don't think you're getting colony and emptying the grave robbers and the watchtower. Yeah, no. That's not gonna happen.
yeah, it is a
So
lot.
the 6 money is there. Two provinces would do it,
Oh, oh, wait, but
but there's still a problem where you don't get,
yeah, okay, they were just getting ahead in points.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh my, Haka has way too many grave robbers in their deck. And way too few villages. Just get rid of those grave robbers, Haka.
I don't know about that.
Or I
Can
guess you
he win
can
from here?
trash them. How
Don't.
how far away are we from Pi League provinces actually? Because we have so many grave robbers.
Yeah.
Wait, why did we discard our watch to huh?
I'm very confused by that. I guess we're going for province duchy.
Sure.
Kill the grave robber, play the rogue, buy province duchy. Sorry,
Feels
gain province by duchy.
yeah, that's a little scary. Just because the province pile is gonna be at free that way.
Yeah, but I mean, what else can you do? You don't want to lower it to two. That's suicide. Three seems like the right amount.
Mm,
If you just leave it as is, Tracer will just take two provinces and then like, now what? I don't think you can come back from that.
or Tracer will take two grave robbers and two watchtowers because that is on the table still.
Yeah, that's true. We could see a duchy pile out too, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, but that's a little difficult, right? That's a lot more difficult than just grave robbers and
Grave
some
robbers and
duchies.
watchtowers.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
watchtowers and some duchies. Hmm.
Well, getting it in was really nice there for Haka.
Oh, right. They Tracer trashed an in, or somebody trashed an in at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very
I
cool.
mean, this is just duchy for me, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could be thinking about shuffling another in there. Uh, I think that's the other
Eh,
possible option because I mean we're not gonna see this card unless it's an in that we shuffle into the
yeah.
deck.
I just think duchy gives you cover against double province because it allows you to just province duchy into a win.
Yeah. All right. Tracer better find a watchtower here. Uh, do you just discard it all and hope that there is a watchtower on top? I guess.
No.
Is there a watchtower in the trash? No, there isn't. There is a witch's hut in the trash. That could help. You could top deck
Yeah,
that.
it could.
I mean, I don't want these silvers in my hand, right? Like, buying a duchy, this seems very inconsequential here.
I think if you're scoring, you're looking to get colony at this point as Tracer. Like touching the provinces isn't that great. So unless you can do like colony province, it's kind of risky to do grave robber into province, unless you just think that Haka can't double.
Haka almost certainly can double, though. Yeah, I feel like if we would have discarded those silvers, we'd have been so much more happier there. Oh no. Okay, you can't trigger this shuffle, right? It is
No,
absolutely
absolutely not.
terrible. So you probably have to discard just the green cards and play the watchtower and call it
If
there.
there's if there's two money in those last three cards, Tracer does get to colony here.
Hmm. Well, I have not been keeping track. I
Five,
assume
six,
this.
7, 8, 9. I don't think he has two more money down there.
Uh, Judging from the way they played it, I. Oh, well, never mind. I was gonna say that judging from the way they played it, I would assume that they do, but clearly not.
You're not triggering this shuffle.
It's no chance. I
So I
guess you're
guess you can.
thinking about top decking a grave robber, right? Or maybe trashing this estate into duchy. That seems so sketchy.
It is. Yeah. So I
Maybe
think
you,
Tracer was going for Colony and then just kind of misplayed it a bit.
yeah, maybe you had to trigger this shuffle and just like, I don't know, hope that good things happen.
No, there's too much junk. There's too much green. That's suicide. You're missing all of these cards in your next shuffle. Like that's I don't know. That's like 7 estates you're missing in the shuffle. That's all of them. There's only like one fortress in
Yeah,
there.
I would assume
No.
you're hoping to like get an in on your next turn and be able to like shuffle all of this stuff back into your deck after you triggered the horrible shuffle.
Hmm. I guess.
Yeah, that's like okay. They decided that they want a grave robber. This seems
Well, what else can you do as Tracer?
well hit colony of triggering the shuffle.
Well, you're not triggering that shuffle. That's no, no way.
It is a little silly. I agree, but like I don't know, like
You have
this.
no villages in there. You're just top decking it in and passing a turn.
Yeah, I mean, isn't
Like, let's say Haka gets a lead this turn, and you just pass, and then they just win. Like, that's really scary.
I mean, getting that province seems worse though.
This is almost the win here. Just yeah, this is
Yeah,
it.
that
Okay.
that's it. I mean, with this kind of draw of from Haka, I assume they would be able to also draw the third grave robber probably somewhat soon.
It
Although that
it
hand
looked
didn't look like it.
it looked possible, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was a very strange kingdom.
Yeah. This one is gonna be kind of funny. There's Caravan Guard Swamp Shacks, there's Archive.
Okay,
Um, wow.
I can.
Hasty on Caravan Guard? That's crazy.
Doesn't really do that much, does it? It's a village effect, I suppose.
Yes. It's very good for setting up turns where you know something good's going to happen. So you notice they both opened Caravan Guard
Yeah,
and
like
just immediately triggered a shuffle. And Hawkeye just hit 5, which is incredible. This is just replace, right? I mean, it
I
could be
think so.
Haggler because you could gain anything and then get a Caravan Guard and get a bit of a booster seat. But I
Huh.
think the replace is still better first.
I mean, are you like fully trashing here?
No, it's more
Uh,
to junk your opponent.
no, I don't like trying to junk my opponent. Like, are we? Because you have to gain a green card, and really don't want to be putting green cards in my deck. Like that doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
you
it
don't do it.
accomplishes anything.
You don't do it with replace at first. Like you will kill the estates into like caravan guards and swamp shacks and stuff. You'll pick up a sinister plot along the way, but like very quickly, this game's going to deteriorate until killing coppers into estates and then turning those estates into other cards.
I
You're
mean,
going to
if
be playing with multiple replaces and
I
stuff,
feel
and
like if we play with Archive and Haggler, we can have like a very, very fast, strong money-ish deck.
this should be sinister plot here from Haka already.
Yeah, Sinister Blood's very
Yeah.
strong, and I very much agree.
Sorry, you were saying something.
No, I think you could build a very strong money-ish sort of not like a deck that sort of controls, but not really. With playing with a bunch of archives and a bunch of hagglers
Yeah, you
and
could.
some cycle loots as well. And I feel
Well,
like that just it's pretty resilient to the replace stuff because archive is just pretty resilient to replace stuff as a card.
yeah, that's feasible.
Yeah, so I would have liked to
Um,
see hagglers instead of these replaces. I think. Yeah, the caravan guards disappeared, I guess, just because all other places are gaining them.
yeah.
which they also get to react their caravan guards to the replaces, which does very close to nothing, but
It doesn't do close to nothing. It boosts the swamp shacks. You might get a sack of loot. You could kill a four into a sack of loot, which is a buy. There's stuff you can do. You generally like the money immediately. It helps with
yeah,
Haggler. So
yeah, but only one of them has a haggler, which I don't know. Not a fan of these. It's very fast board. Is it that? I mean, it's only fast if you like play with hagglers and archives and stuff. Like this is gonna deteriorate into sadness because they have replaces in their decks and they have nothing to do with those replaces.
yeah. So in essence, what I thought was going to inevitably happen.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to just skip replace here.
Really? I don't know about that because killing estates into Caravan Guard is too strong not to do.
I mean, if you have a haggler, you're just like buying a good card and gaining a caravan guard for free, right? So that's sort of like that's very similar to replacing, but you get to buy a good card instead of trashing the estate.
Yeah, but I can just get a Haggler a little bit later. Like
Yeah,
I
but
could get a Haggler right here.
I mean, you could, but then you're not buying the archives early because haggler does give money.
Sack of loot. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like loot is very
I
strong,
would have
especially against.
liked an archive first. I would have liked a couple archives. It's all right. Getting sack of loot there and not archive just tells me that Haka thinks he's never getting his deck under control.
Yeah. Neither of them bought sinister plot. It's interesting.
Yeah, that feels like a mistake. You could do archive swamp check sinister plot here. Still.
I guess Swamp Sharks does do a lot in this kingdom. Now that I look at it a
Yes.
little closer, because of all the archives and caravan guards that can be in play.
Yep. So there's a lot of draw on this board.
All right, and Haka does go for a bunch of swamp sharks.
Silver.
Well,
I think even Tracker is better than Silver here.
um, I suppose, yeah.
It can
I
get
mean,
you wisps. It can get you trashing. It can get you.
what I wanted is was an improve actually, so that we can get more swamp sharks.
Yeah, the improve might be better too. Yeah,
Yeah, or
improve might be the best of all actually.
yeah, or improve or replace into something useful.
Replace is very useful here. You can kill loot into provinces. Like, there's so much you can do with the replace. I
Yeah.
might want a second replace even. There's too much stuff you can do with driving piles to the ground and getting a points lead. It's really strong. I think you're underestimating replace here.
Uh, I just don't think it's very good. Like it also activates opponent's caravan guards. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
that's the downside.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of, Haka did not choose to play their caravan guards from hand after Tracer played or replays, right? Yeah.
yeah, I guess they figure that the swab checks aren't going to activate this turn, and next turn they can get them. And if they do activate, they just get the activation next turn anyway. Well, it
Uh,
seems reasonable to
yeah,
me.
it's fair.
It's not like you need the money that much. Well, now you just sack the pouch into a swamp shacks.
Yeah, right. There is gonna be a drawn deck on Haka next turn. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And the figurehead is actually really nice.
Yeah, helps them activate their turn after that, and probably in the turn after that, the game's gonna end. So,
Yeah, Hawkeye looks very ahead here.
absolutely. Guess this is timed for estate into or copper into estate because you probably want a plus bias tracer. Or
Tracer might go province sack of loot here.
mm, yeah, that kind of looks reasonable too.
It's not great, but you're kind of behind. You kind of need to get the loot here because you need to start getting loot to kill the province as well. Yeah, that's probably a better line.
Yeah. Do we
But
want?
now, what are you buying for three? You're getting another tracker and improve. I don't know.
Doesn't
Province
sound
seems
too
fine there.
terrible, right? Like we have terminal space, so
Maybe.
yeah. Hakka's deck is just
Oh,
going off. I guess
two, three,
figurehead
six,
is
nine.
slightly annoying in terms of not having plus buy, which
It's fine.
Hakka would love to have a plus buy here. I guess they can
I just like the draw
replace.
of it.
Oh, you could replace the figurehead into a Suckle Loot. That's the only card that can
Why? I'd rather
because
kill the silver into a haggler. That seems way better.
oh yeah, okay, that does seem way better. I just wanted a plus buy, but Haggler kind of fulfills that role, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm still a
And
little scared for drawing here as Hakka.
just double. Now you just double province. And then next turn you presumably win. I'd get another replace here. I'd get another Swamp Shacks.
All the Swamp Shocks.
Yeah.
I mean, the next turn might not pop off, right? They don't have any Caravan Guards in play. They only have one Archive and one Figurehead.
Correct. So taking this many Swamp Shacks is a bit of a risk. I don't like taking this many.
They take one Archive. Well,
They're
they
fine. So yeah.
they drew their cantrips.
I really would have liked to see another replace from Haka. Because you could mill two provinces, buy two more provinces, and then just completely choke Tracer out of the game. Give him two curses. It's really brutal. Oh well.
I mean, if they are able to buy or if they are able to buy a bunch of cards here, they're just gonna be able to win off Haggler gains, right? So
Yeah,
they're
that resign was reasonable. It was completely over.
yeah, absolutely. All right, game number 3. It is 2-0 for Haka, right?
Yes. Hawkeye's 1-2.
All right, and the only village, I guess there are two villages here. There's Ironmonger and Gondola, but
There's lucky crystal ball hits, but that doesn't really count.
no.
There's also patron and there's delay. There's actually a lot of
Oh,
ways to
all
get
right.
extra actions here.
I missed delay. Okay,
Yeah.
so delay is very nice for tying this deck together because just Ironmonger is a sort of reliable village, still not very great.
Delay on Marquee is kind of good as long as you're not getting tortured.
Which you are.
Yes, yeah. Which is I think I want Ironmonger Fool. Fool gives me trashing opportunities. It gives me Wisp. The patron's also reasonable, actually. Just
If,
get a head start on the villagers. Maybe patron fool is better.
I think like that's one of the few opportunities that you're gonna have to gain a patron and have it do something, right? So I like the patron more than I like the Ironmonger.
Sure. I'm just very confused nobody went for fool.
I don't think Fool is that great here. Just like Haven,
No?
let's yeah.
There's a lot of nice fool boons that I kind
It's
of like.
I
But
mean, Lost in the Woods is just not very useful because you want hand size for Marquee, and just
yeah.
getting the Fool to play at once just does not seem exciting.
Hmm, maybe. Probably.
I am surprised that Tracer chose to not have a silver and a 4 there though. Like I am happy to take all the silvers in the world in this kingdom, or well, okay, maybe not
Mm,
that, but I'm happy to play the lucky coin every time. Just because
I wouldn't be.
I mean, you have plenty of consistency with delay, is my argument. So you just want as much economy in your deck as possible because you're gonna be
It's
able to draw all of it.
It's also a colony board, so you really do want to build here. You're not just getting province. You're gonna get steamrolled by torture if that happens.
Yeah, but
I
I
think. But the silvers do get in the way.
uh, maybe a little bit.
Tracer is doing a very strange, like, marquee thing. Hakka's been going for torturers.
I assume Tracer is trying to trade away the curses. Is that an option, maybe?
Yeah, it is. But you're still taking 10 curses. I mean, is that something you really want to do? I don't know.
I I think Tracer is gonna add some tortures later on. It just wants
Yeah,
to set up the delay marquee, probably.
okay. That's reasonable, sure.
Uh,
All right, so we set it aside. I would have thought about delaying it there, but maybe you're doing a double trade here. Probably you're just doing a double trade here.
I mean, you don't have enough money.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you don't.
I guess you could grab a fool here or a haven, one of the two. It doesn't sound as exciting though. A third
Wow.
marquee. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. Like, that's just not
Well,
gonna do that much, right?
I don't know. It's probably for consistency, but yeah, Tracer's build order is very strange.
Uh, I mean, the
I
third
don't.
marquee kind of indicates to me that they're not going to play with torture. It's just that they're gonna purely rely on marquee.
I don't know that it indicates that. I think what it indicates is they're planning on delaying a marquee every single turn. So if you delay one marquee, then you delay the other marquee with the first marquee in play, and you get to play one marquee as well. So I think that's they're just setting up a delay chain.
Mm,
So
yeah,
right here they just delay the marquee and then they'll trade. Okay, yeah, all right, that makes sense.
yeah. I still think I like Haka's deck more. Like
So
it's
far I like it more, but Tracer's deck could be scary.
okay. Well, I I I did not notice that Haka has a crystal ball in their deck. I don't like that part.
They're just trying to thin.
Mm,
I would look to. I don't know what you do here is Haka. Skin a
maybe.
marquee, I guess. I mean, the buy is really nice. You really do like the buy.
I guess Marquis is the only buy outside of Fool, which is very unreliable. So that is an argument to have a lot of them.
Yeah, and now suddenly Tracer's build order doesn't look that strange to me anymore.
Yeah, I am becoming slowly convinced. Does Tracer need a proper village in this? Guess not.
I mean, there isn't exactly a proper village.
Yeah, I mean, there is delay,
Yeah.
which is totally sufficient, I guess. I almost feel like you don't want to trade away estates with this, of the way Tracer is doing this, because you're discarding them all the time. And they give you points. I think I would have liked to see a patron over the Ironmonger there.
Why?
It's more economy, and you're drawing with Marquis all the time. But I guess you're not
Hmm.
willing to take the curses as much. So I don't know. But, hmm.
I think Ironmonger was a bit better there.
I mean, I guess it depends on what Tracer is trying to do. If he's actually trying to add additional draw with Torture, Witch's Hut,
He may
or
be trying to delay the Ironmonger, for example.
all right. That is a little too many cards, isn't it?
It's fun.
Right. So, like in a spot like this, I don't think I want to trash the estate here. I mean, we're probably not trading at all, but
Wow, that's a very interesting shuffle trigger, but I guess you're just
and we're delaying a marquee. We'll be fine. And the Haven actually kind of helps. And Haka just like completely duds here, which is gonna make Tracer Sense turn so much better. Okay, and Tracer does
all right. I'll have to be
choose.
right back. I apparently have to go make heat circles for somebody right now. Hold on.
Alright,
Uh,
okay. Oh my, Haka's deck just does not look exciting anymore to me. It doesn't have any villagers. It's just it looks very inconsistent. This doesn't. I guess it doesn't have enough buy, which now the marquee starts being um what am I trying to say? Now the marquee starts looking very strong here with the uh with the way Tracer has been playing with it. Like, is Haka gonna colony here with the 13 money? Like, because we need to spend a buy on a torture. That seems really sad. Yeah, I guess Marquee is just kind of like a farmer's market sort of effect, and sometimes like you're using that farmer's market effect, and you're trying to get a little bit out of it in terms of draw. But you would probably play with a farmer's market here if you really needed to sometimes. So yeah. Tracer does look very ahead. Oh my god, that was a 13 cost Ironmonger. That feels brutal. Alright, and Tracer's gonna get a nice duration balance here with being able to set aside a Haven with a Haven, and then set aside another card with this other Haven.
okay, I'm back.
Alright, uh, Haka has bought a 13 coin Ironmonger since you went away.
A 13 coin Ironmonger with one buy.
Yes.
That feels wrong.
Yeah. Haka's deck just doesn't have any villagers and it looks horribly inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what you get for doubting Tracer.
Yeah.
Should have believed.
Another marquee. Yeah. I've also said how a ruined market would be pretty good on this board, and that fourth marquee is about as good as a ruined market, or at least the fourth marquee you're gonna play during your turn. Honest.
Fourth marquee?
Yeah, Tracer
Weren't they both?
just bought a fourth marquee.
Oh, so Haka only has two marquees.
Yeah.
Okay, strange.
Yeah, Haka. If I was Haka, I would really prioritize just like getting a villager down because this just looks extremely sketchy. All of these turns, yeah. They kind of look like dots, like all of them.
Uh, Haka must be thinking about delaying an Ironmonger already. Maybe just getting another marquee, a third one. It's really funny because now Haka's just kind of doing what Tracer's doing, but worse and slower.
Yeah,
The torturers haven't really worked out. the way Haka would have liked. Only three curses are gone. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and I think Tracer gave away one of those curses. Or was it wrong? No, never mind. Yeah, like the fourth marquee, it really doesn't accomplish that much. I feel like.
It's just there for consistency.
I guess, but like you're seeing your entire deck anyway here, and you're gonna be seeing your entire deck. I guess you're so far ahead that like you're okay with uh
Ooh.
this.
VR Smith is playing their championship match now. That's cool. Okay. Man, a lot of
Yeah,
games are happening all at once.
yeah. Yesterday we had none too, so it's a bad
We didn't
timing. I guess it is Saturday.
there weren't none. I played
Oh,
yesterday.
all right. We had none scheduled, and then there was
Yeah.
some scheduled
That's okay.
on the day, right?
Yeah, we didn't schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that there was no matches showing up in the morning, so that's why I kind of assumed. But yeah, Haka finally hits a village effect on their Ironmonger, which is probably gonna do a lot of work for their turn.
Yeah.
But these Ironmongers are not very good here. Just not doing a lot of work.
They're not terrible. They do help Haka set up Crystal Ball a little bit, but not really.
And they don't help trash estates.
I mean, you have to play the patron here.
Yeah, like I think you have to prioritize getting a village or two. And then you're triggering a shuffle if you play both of these crystal balls. It's ugly.
Not too bad. You have the marquee.
Yeah.
You're not too afraid, honestly, because if you do get around to your next to the shuffle next turn, you just have targets for Crystal Ball. It's really not that bad.
hmm And that's true. It's like it is very awkward to have two buys here only. I mean, like you probably just have to call a knee, right?
Yeah,
And, and there's probably gonna be a point where Tracer will double. Just
double colony.
yeah. It's 22. How do you get 20? It would be like 10 silvers and a patron play is 22. And Tracer has some Ironmongers in there. Oof.
I mean, that was incredible Crystal Ball trashing.
I mean, there were free cards in that. Oh. They knew that the top card would be a state, and then there were two cards in that shuffle.
Yeah.
So I guess Haka was like planning to line up crystal balls using their marquee,
Hmm.
which did work out. Happened. Yeah, this work out here. I don't know if it was the first time. I wasn't like paying attention that much, and they were playing very fast, so it's very hard for me to follow sometimes. So maybe it happened beforehand, but already.
Haka may want to take a silver here. The lucky coin. It'll be 18 economy next turn, and then you can play it again, and then Haka can forever threaten double colony. Just needs to take two more silvers.
Mm, yeah.
About, well, the Ironmongers did reveal some money,
Well,
so it's still not consistent.
one of them revealed an action, which
Yeah.
so So it's actually like about what you're gonna get. It's not consistent, but the action density in Hakka's deck isn't exactly online. We do.
Ironmonger Colony not delaying a marquee is very interesting.
I mean, we drew two marquees in the hand, so it's fine. But
It did work out, yeah, but it's just funny. It's like, man,
it's very
what if you
scary.
what if you brick? I mean, I know you've been thinning quite a bit, but you still have a lot of silvers you could trip on. You could have easily done it.
Yeah,
But I mean, Hawkeye is a little bit behind, so maybe you have to take a risk like that.
I don't mind. We,
But then you're taking a risk like that just to get an Ironmonger. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
I assume Hakka thinks they really need that Ironmonger. We also discarded 11 cards to this marquee. As Tracer. It's a lot of cards. I
Okay, Silly Potter beats Marwrath as expected. Russ beats the man. Yeah. What was the? Is that J Nail's game still going on?
J-Nails lost a couple days ago, right?
Oh wait, no. Uh, who was playing? I was watching that game for a bit before.
Oh, Akuchi.
Yeah, that game must still be going on.
Yeah.
Except I don't see anyone commenting on it anymore,
Or maybe it
which is
just ended then.
yeah, but I don't see results yet.
Yeah, maybe they just ended and they are like getting to they didn't submit yet. So it'll happen in a moment, surely.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, coming back to the game, Tracer triggered like a questionable shuffle, and they do have Haven cards, and I assume they're just gonna pull their Haven cards so they'll draw seven. That's still, it could go wrong.
yeah, it could.
Oh, and Haka is finally gonna get to delay some actions. Good for them, I guess.
Yeah, so Haka's finally getting a little bit online here. Surprisingly, has somewhat caught up.
Hmm, not sure how Kodab is he actually.
I
Like
mean,
Haka's,
Tracer is a full turn ahead, but like he is player one.
yeah, but Haka's like ability to control their deck is not very consistent. I would say like their deck control is, well, not great.
Hakas or Tracers?
Haka's.
Well, Haka did thin a lot more
Um,
with the
the
crystal balls. He's trashed quite a bit. Tracer just kind of transformed his trash cards into money, but Haka actually thinned some cards.
Yeah, but they have about a similar amount of money. I guess Tracer has a bit more copper, which Haka
Yeah,
thinned. But I feel like they have like a rather similar amount of silver.
I don't remember the base amount of silver in a pile for a
Yeah,
two-player game.
it is
It's like
40.
Haka might have a little bit more silver than.
I mean, I Tracer has at least 7. So no, so Tracer has more because I remembered seeing the number 7. No, this is a lot of button clicking you have to do.
Okay, RTT did beat Aku. All right, so
Oh,
it just happened. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, RTT actually beat me in the championship last year. It was the round of 16 too, which I'm about to go into. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
hoping to finally get into the round of eight. We'll see.
Yeah, I was so excited when I saw my bracket, and then I just like completely flopped it in the championship. So,
Oh, who'd you lose to?
DG Hunter, which
DG Hunter is like secretly good. He's been
yeah,
playing for a long time.
yeah, I mean there are strong players, but I like obviously I had strong players in my bracket, but I just didn't have any like A League player or like an absolutely crazy player, which
Yeah.
I was very happy to dodge.
There
Uh,
was there's another strong player that used to win league and give like Stefan McSeenock trouble back in the day. His name was DG. I don't know if that's related to DG Hunter or not. I think they're different, but
okay, I mean
yeah.
I I'm saying I flopped it because I literally missed a win in game 7.
Okay. Yeah, it
Which
happens.
is yeah, it doesn't get any worse
It's
than that.
there's a lot of pressure in the
Yeah, of course.
and then also like game seven. By game seven, like it's very hard to remain composed and just keep chugging along. It's very hard.
Yeah, I absolutely. Yeah, I'm not feeling too bad about it anymore. It's just like it's really sad at the moment.
I mean, there's always next year.
Yeah, of course.
That's, that's what everyone tells themselves, but it is true. There is next year.
Yeah. All right.
Hmm.
Back to this game. Yeah, Haka's total payload doesn't actually look like a lot.
Can Tracer double colony?
In theory, I think so. In
Because
practice,
because Haka can't at all single colony here if Tracer can double. So can Haka double? No, that's just suicide. Then Tracer just colonies and does literally anything.
yeah.
Um, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Do you just have to double provinces, Haka?
Yeah, I think you do.
I mean, does that even beat double colony? This doesn't really, right?
Well, double province gives you 12, which gets you to 31 as Haka. Tracer would get to 49,
Yeah, then
which 31, that would, yeah, you could beat that. Be colony province.
no, that's only 16, right? That's oh, if you trash a curse, I guess.
Hmm.
Helps.
I'm kind of just throwing numbers in my head. I'm not like thinking very hard about it. It's hard to like commentate and also
Yeah, I mean, a free
calculate.
what I'm just like free provinces doesn't make up for two colonies.
But Haka did
Is what
just kill
this.
a curse just now, so
Yeah, Tracer also has one curse. It's a little harder for Tracer to kill it though.
oh no, Haka doesn't have two buys. I think you just have to colony here. If you single province, you're just gonna lose.
Yeah.
I think you just have to bite the bullet here and just take the L. Like, you're not gonna win the long game here. You just
Okay.
have to hope Tracer messes up and doesn't double. That's unfortunate.
I mean, Tracer always doubles though, right? Because they can just like yeah, they can just draw a 10 card hand. Like they're gonna see their entire deck with the marquee, and they can just discard to the 10 card harder of just money. Right, and there is a patron that they can play
All
prior.
right, but like if Tracer doubles here, it's over anyway. So you might as well just get the colony now.
I no, because they like the problem of Tracer's deck is that it can have roughly 10 cards at the end, right?
Yeah.
So if he wants to delay for the next turn, he needs to give away some money, right? To do that. So
Not necessarily, because you can use
if
the torture to draw up some of the money.
that is true, but it is slightly inconsistent to draw the money. There's like a lot of
I it just looks like Tracer's going for it right now. He's just gonna take double and just win. 12,
Yeah.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, a little bit off. So yeah, Haka really should have taken the colony there.
Yeah, I mean that would have been the out. Although Haka can double colony, right? They just don't have enough money in their deck.
No, but it at least puts Tracer on his back foot to where he can't really colony and has to do double province. I don't know. I just feel like no matter what, you had to colony the last turn. Like the game either immediately ends or it keeps going, but it just feels like one of those like positional things where like just taking province, you're already behind and you're still behind, and now Tracer can basically do whatever he wants. It's
Yeah.
just kind of rough.
I mean, I think if I'm Tracer, I just trade these curses for silvers, so that I can like 100% double next turn.
Um, I think as Tracer, you just need to make sure you don't lose to double colony, which is why he bought the province.
I mean,
So double colony now no longer wins.
I just think that Haka doesn't have enough money in their deck, although this kind of helps, I suppose, revealing the
He does,
patron.
yeah, but it's like it's game four. You don't really want to calculate how much money Haka has. It's a lot of work. It's just easier to buy province, I assume. Like
I guess.
that's how I would approach it. I just feel like, especially after yesterday's match where I just didn't think and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to count. I'm just gonna win next turn, and then I lost. So like buying safety points is kind of underrated a little bit. Like just don't you don't have to think. Just make sure double colony never wins and you're fine.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, Tracer still records his matches, right? I guarantee you that's probably what he was thinking. Just prevent double colony and it's fine.
I mean, double colony ties now, because he took a curse.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It could win if Haka manages to trash this curse from his hand.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know
Oh
about
man.
that.
Okay, well, oops. Yeah. Well, Dominion's hard. It's a hard game. I just don't know if Haka actually gets to double either, but yeah, the line about preventing double to win looks a little silly now. It's still a lot of variables, though.
Yeah, he might have missed something for sure.
The interesting thing, though, is the lucky coin. Haka could play Crystal Ball after Lucky Coin just to get the extra two money if he draws deck, which could
Oh
be
yeah.
really relevant. Yeah, that could get to double. I would take a tie in an absolute second here
Uh,
if I was Haka. I don't think I'd win here.
yeah. I mean, you're looking for a win this turn, right? On trashing this
Yeah,
curse.
yeah, but there might not be a way to consistently do it by playing the marquee, discarding the curse. There's a lot of variables. So you would have to play the torturer.
Yeah.
Tracer can't take the curse, so he is going to discard.
Yeah. I mean, you're
Yeah.
also looking for ways to guarantee, like, can you guarantee double colony and put the curse in the discard and maybe hit it, right? Like, not guaranteed hit it, but maybe. Because that's a lot better than just like keeping the curse in hand and playing the torturer, for example.
5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 6, 8 plus 8 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
What is in Haka's
Um,
discard?
there was a silver in there, I think. Yeah.
Okay, well that's right.
No.
7, and what we got? I assume that means we have enough money that we didn't play this. All right, Haka has it.
Wow, is that it?
Oh yeah,
Nah, wow.
that is incredible.
Incredible. Man, Haka has been on fire today. I thought he was completely cooked that game.
Oh, I think he was. It's not.
Yeah, I imagine he was too. Tracer kind of just I don't know, he lost the plot somewhere. It's always man, it's like I see that so often in Dominion. Like you just come to this massive lead and then like before you know it, you just I don't know, you're skipping rocks or something and then suddenly you're like in trouble. It's so strange.
Yeah, yeah,
Good
I see.
players make that happen like all the time.
Yeah, I see that
Uh,
a lot.
It's a testament to Haka's skill as a player.
I've posted in on the Discord at some point as like uh when I was playing ladder against lower rated players, I was like, oh, I feel lost in every game I play, and then I won all 8 of them or something. It's like
Yeah.
it just like
Yeah,
happens so
I
much in
remember
Dominion.
seeing that. I do remember you posting that. Yeah, I used to feel like that a lot. I still do feel like that a lot for quite a few games. It's kind of started to go away now, but it took a really long time. Like I had huge fraudulent syndrome for a really long time playing video games. It's just normal, I guess.
I suppose. Yeah.
What's
Okay.
inspiring? Okay, inspiring on skirmisher. So that's like a village.
Yep. The only draw sources are Witch and Warlord, though, and Battle Plan, I suppose.
Yeah.
Haka opened
Well,
tight
there's tide
pools.
pool. There's tide pools. Tide pools is draw too.
I mean, it's not a like not really right because it draws, but it also discards on the next turn, so you can only sometimes use it this draw. Like
Yeah, but
if
it
you're
does
willing,
still draw.
yeah, if it's you can only use it as draw if you're willing to sacrifice your next turn because there's no way to like uh remove the downside here. I think.
Yeah. So Hawkeye's opening tide pool's battle plan, presumably to just cycle around, hit five, and then deny battle plan, maybe? I don't know.
It's
I
a
assume
very
this is
curious.
Butcher. It seems like an obvious Butcher to me.
Um, yeah, I like Butcher here. I think Witch is a consideration and Skirmisher is also a consideration. Like all the like, but Skirmisher kind of leans you towards skipping Butcher for a while, which I don't think I want to do.
I mean, it's Butcher.
Yeah, it's incredible card.
Like, Butcher is very good. Deliver is also really good on this board. Although you're not really setting aside more than one card ever. Okay, so Haka gets Skirmisher and not Butcher, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean
Very
Skirm.
surprised by that. Tracer's getting developed. So he opened developed tide pools, which is interesting. Hmm.
Would have thought that he was planning to develop this tight pulse, and I was like very surprised to not see him actually do that. I guess he doesn't get to gain a battle plan of it because Haka
I th
rotated.
Yeah, I think his plan was to develop an estate into a battle plan. Oh, what? He resigns?
Wow.
That's a tilt resign.
Yeah.
I He must have completely thought he was safe last game, and now he just wants to get out of here. That's a tilt resign. There's no way
Oh
that
wow.
that was not over.
He
No
didn't
way.
get any of the battle plans, and he didn't get any control over the clashes pile.
Yeah,
So
but there's Butcher. Like you can still do stuff. Well, I don't know. It was probably over, but like you gotta play it out.
yeah, you would expect to play it out a little more than that. That's
Yeah.
true. But yeah, he did say that he's gonna go AFK for a little bit. So hopefully he comes back.
That was from the
And
last game, I think.
oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Well, hopefully, he gets in a better shape here. This is a more straightforward kind of kingdom, I think.
Yeah.
It's just recruiters, seers.
So Tracer's down 0-4, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a brutal hole to be down. Tracer opens potion. Looks like
Potion
they're both going for
Shanty.
potion
Oh
Shantytown. Trey,
no.
okay, yeah. This is yeah.
Oh no, Tracer.
Man. It's just
Uh,
oh
I feel
man.
so
I mean,
bad
all
for
right.
him.
I mean, all right. At least if Tracer hits his Shantytown here, he does hit 5.
No,
It's not all bad. It's not all bad.
He hits five every time actually, because this is just shanty down at 6 coppers down there.
Yeah, but you would still prefer to find the Shantytown
Yeah,
now. It
yeah,
would still be a little bit better.
but he always hits recruiter, which
Yeah.
is like honestly, like I'm not too unhappy if I see the same
Yeah.
as Tracer because at least they hit recruiter.
You're set at first, but yeah, you do get the guaranteed recruiter.
Yeah, it's or okay. I am still unhappy, but like I am. It, I don't think this is all that bad. It just looks very tilting. Haka chooses to open with a sailor.
Yeah, that seems very suspect to me.
It is trashing, and this lets you trash coppers pretty well.
Yeah, but man, imagine the sailor being a silver. Would have had a recruiter here.
Or a university. Oh,
Okay. Oh, the stowaways.
sailor
Oh, I missed that.
stowaway. Yeah, that
I
is
missed.
kind of cute. I like that. Okay, so if you're a Haka here, do you trash a copper or do you trash uh an
Oh,
estate?
you trash copper every single time because Seer can draw estates.
Yeah, I mean you're not gonna have a seer for a while here, I assume.
You're getting a Seer like as soon as you get a university and gain a Seer, which will be very shortly.
Mm,
Like you're buying university here.
or
Oh
recruiter.
wow. Or okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's reasonable too. You know, Tracer's not even really behind.
Yeah, I don't think that draw was bad at all. Like being
Yeah.
able to get a recruiter is totally fine.
Yeah, I think Tracer has some good chances here. Tracer.
Yeah, honestly, like it is probably
You gonna call?
reasonable to open like Shanty Silver and then like buy a potion recruiter. And the way Tracer's draw ended up being was like about the same thing, but you don't have a silver.
Okay, the Seers need to start right about now, I think.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good time for
Because
it.
you can always gain and play an upgrade. The Seers just kind of kickstart you from the get-go. So second recruiter, that's fine too. I think I would have liked a Seer there though.
Yeah, I don't.
Seer? Does Seer draw University? It should, right?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
The two potion is not between two or four.
Okay, maybe the second recruiter's better then. But I really would like to start seeing some Seers now. And then you can start getting to like doing ports and upgrades, and then you can upgrade the ports into other cards, and you can really start going
Yeah,
crazy and doing like an insane three pile here. That's kind of the end game of this board.
I absolutely agree.
Okay, there's the seer. Killing a state over copper is a little suspect to me.
It was with a recruiter. Recruiter.
I still would want to kill copper because it makes seer worse when you kill a state. You can always kill the estates later. You have plenty of villagers already. It's not like you need the
True.
money. Copper seems that's
No.
I mean Tracer's just playing fast. He's tilting.
Yeah, I
Copper
mean
seemed like that.
those ports just did not seem right. Haka does miss university here. It's a little
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. That's I mean it's not great.
So maybe Tracer still has a shot.
I think about ports now. Workers Village is also fine.
There's a lot of villages in Tracer's deck, and
They're less about being villages and they're more about being drawable by Seer, which is why I liked Port. but I think Tracer just wants a buy. So he could buy a
Yeah.
university plus a piece, an engine piece.
Yeah,
It's
that makes some
probably,
sense.
yeah. We should start seeing decks just about drawn here now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is you get to actually play those cards.
Yeah. So I would
So
already start looking into maybe enlarge
upgrade.
or upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I liked the port a little bit more, because you can always upgrade a card into a 5.
Okay. Tracer
But
stop. So I assume this is gonna be one of the two trash for benefit cards.
gains a stowaway. Okay.
I
Just wants
don't.
consistency for next turn. That's fine.
I don't really think we need that much consistency. Like, oh,
I mean, it's all mostly fine. It's not like it's never like bad. It's just yeah, I do agree with your assessment, but it's not like game breaking or anything.
yeah.
Um,
Just it felt like there was just like a lot more payload, a lot more efficient payload to be had with upgrade.
yeah, for sure. So you could do a thing with enlarge where you kill coppers into estates and then upgrade those estates into silver. That's really slow, but it is
Yeah.
something.
I mean, I'm not a fan of
S-
that because you can score by the gaining duchies with upgrade and ports.
Yes. Yeah,
It's
yeah, you're
just
gonna
not
do that
great.
eventually for sure, but Seer does like silver economy a lot because it's just easily drawable, and there is no easily available economy here other than like Sailor. And Sailor's kind of topsy-turvy every other turn, so it's not the best. But I guess if you're just gonna start going really hard for Sailors like on a dime, it could work. Maybe that would be better to
I
do
I
than
just
the
don't
silvers.
I just don't think you need that many coins in these decks. I think you could just play with like two two money and potion, or maybe like 5 money. I guess six is the good number. Okay, six potion, and you just like buy ports universities, and then you upgrade everything else.
Yeah, that's definitely a way to play. That's probably the way to play.
Yeah, which I guess having like one or two silvers for that is totally fine because you don't want these coppers really badly.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Does Haka want a fourth university?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
sure.
more pile pressure, and pile pressure seems really good here because this game's just gonna end on piles. Like you can gain more upgrades, more ports, and we should actually probably be looking at pile outs already, almost.
I mean, university isn't going to pile out. What would the third pile be? Port?
Port upgrade seer.
That's not happening this turn.
Well, not on Tracer's turn, but on Haka's turn already.
I I don't think so.
I mean, you could gain. I guess okay. Haka is missing one upgrade for that. Yeah, because you could gain 4 ports and then auto pile up or pile upgrades by trashing all of the ports. Uh, I guess you're a little off from that. 2 silvers from Tracer.
Yeah, Tracer ended up killing his potion, so he ceded control over the universities. But he can always just regain one back off of an
Yeah.
upgrade. Like he can upgrade a stowaway into a potion and draw it, so it's not like a huge loss.
Yeah. So I am like curious if Haka can actually just like go for a win here. Like you need
I
to
think Sorry, I
you
think
need to
Tracer's
go ahead.
signaling with these silvers that he's going for colony.
Yeah. Okay, how does a like how would a win for Haka look like? Like you need to
Piling the ports,
yeah, you have four
piling. There's no.
university gains and then upgrades can pile by trashing all of the forts, right? Or all the ports.
Yeah, you could upgrade a port into an upgrade, and then you get a lot of fuel with that. So you can gain and play, like, for example, let's say you draw a deck, you have an upgrade in hand, and you have port, two ports in the discard off of like freshly gained. You could easily
Yeah.
run down a bunch of upgrades for next turn. The only problem with that is they don't get drawn by Seer, so you could brick
Yeah, I
if you don't
mean,
win on the spot.
that's probably something that you're doing on your very last turn only, right? And here, Cave is suggesting to gain and play a bunch of sailors, which seems like a pretty good idea for me in case we need to colony on the next turn.
It forces you to colony almost. So like it kind of plays into what Tracer's already doing. Like if Tracer's going for colonies already, like the sailor play makes more sense if you want to like threaten something and go, okay, Tracer, you can't just do this. You have to score now or else you lose. But Hawkeye's not in a position to immediately win. At least not yet. I don't see it. I think it's still going to take like two turns to really get there. I
I
mean,
I think it's
maybe
next
not,
turn.
but
I'm pretty sure it's next turn where Haka is already threatening.
yeah. And the only other thing is like the sailors don't do anything for you this turn. Like they only go into effect next turn, and then they suck again for another turn after. So like it's kind of an empty threat. Tracer can just score a colony, you
I,
buy a colony, and now you're up a creek, and he can just buy a colony again. Like it seems kind of bad.
I mean
I
the
guess you just have to do the sailor thing again. Like I don't know. It
or
seems
on
kind
no
of
like on the next
dubious.
turn they're just like upgrade targets, right? Like
Yeah.
when they go back into the deck. And like if you lower the piles sufficiently, then you can just like upgrade, like get all the upgrades and then gain a duchy at the end of the chain.
Okay. I mean, it's not. I don't think the sailor play it's terrible. I just don't know that it's the best idea.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it for a bit, but like I would just rather have silver than the sailors, to be quite honest.
I'm not sure
But
that I would have done it, but
although sailors are gainable by university and silvers aren't, so that would probably be why the sailors would be the play. The
uh,
duchy is interesting.
that is I'm not sure what the duchy is about.
I'm not sure either. Are we afraid of a tracer pile out? I don't think so.
He has three universities and an upgrade.
So let's say,
He
I mean,
could do
Tracer
it.
could conceivably just buy Colony this turn. I don't know if that he has the ability to, but he might be able to.
Yeah. I mean, he could do the pile out if the stars line up. I think there's too much silver in Tracer's deck.
I don't think that's the problem with Tracer's deck. I think silvers are a good problem to have when you have a bunch of seers. I just don't think he has enough oomph to his deck to actually do a pile out.
I don't I don't think so. I mean, I think the Tracer's deck's just lacking control. Honestly, like he will be able to draw deck, but he doesn't have enough overdraw to do anything uh with it.
Fort Duchy pile out. You need a lot of upgrades to do that.
Yeah, you
You
don't
need
have
a
enough
lot of
upgrades.
upgrades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Haka only has two, and
Like if you have essentially with upgrade, you have to like think of it as like how many upgrades you already have in your deck before you're gaining upgrades, and that's really the net amount you're getting. So let's say you empty the upgrades, you're only getting three duchies if you have three upgrades.
oh no, that
Yeah,
that is a disaster draw for Tracer.
I mean he still buys province.
Yeah, but that's probably not enough. Yes, I am pretty sure Haka will just run down the piles here, unless he
Yeah,
does. But it seems very unlikely that he does.
yeah, which is why you have the province here. Tracer would have liked to have seen a colony for sure.
Mm,
Buy platinum. I mean, what does platinum do when you just die immediately on the next turn?
yeah, I
Province
mean,
seems forced,
yeah. Haka, oh, Haka
unfortunately.
has 4 seers in hand. That's so many.
Yeah.
That is so scary, actually. Yeah, and I think we just like upgrade this port into an upgrade, and we just go for it. Like, very convinced that it's there.
It seems reasonable. I mean, you're already up 4-0. Like, just fuck it. Just do it. Like, whatever.
It's
Yeah.
it definitely looks. Oh,
The duchies? I don't know about the duchies, though. I guess you need the duchy anyway, so you might as well take it.
no,
But
because you want to be able to draw back to that upgrade, right? Just in case this exact scenario happens where you have an upgrade and you have nothing to trash with it, and you need to play a seer with a bunch of universities on top, right? Like this is very ugly now.
hmm,
Like, it would be so much better if you could just upgrade the silver into ports here, um, and get one of these universities off the top so that seer can draw more cards. Yeah, and you're gonna do that anyway. And now you don't have an upgrade. I guess you can gain an upgrade with the university. The duchy is just in the way, right? Like,
yeah, but so would the upgrade.
yeah, but the upgrade you actually wanna draw, and you never have to draw duchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, commentator. Maybe we're overestimating Haka's deck. That could be true.
He doesn't have the most amount of like 2 to 4s in the world. Could have had more, but
Yeah.
I still think a win was in the cards this turn. It was possible. Maybe not with this exact draw, but I think there was definitely a sequence of draws that was not unreasonable that you just win.
Yeah. I mean, if you just play for a colony, I think it's completely fine. Not sure if Haka has enough economy to do that. But like they're mm, yeah, it's actually kind of hard. I guess not gaining enough economy, like not putting enough economy in the deck last turn, kind of has this problem, right? That you might not be able to hit colony here if you want to
I mean,
just be safe.
there's no way Hakka's hitting Colony. It's just not going to happen. That you said you didn't want to hit Colony, you just wanted to run piles.
Yeah,
This was your plan. This was your idea.
yeah, but
I wanted to go for Colony a little bit. I wanted the flexibility.
I'm backtracking now.
Yeah. I
Like,
don't. I think Hakka still could win here. This doesn't look bad at all.
yeah,
Um, I don't know if it's possible, but it looks promising.
he doesn't have any upgrades anymore, right? So,
Well, who cares? It's university for 4 upgrades.
all right, right. Yeah, I keep on
Yeah.
forgetting that you could do that and draw the upgrades. Yes, of course.
Yeah. And then you could just recruiter the stowaway. Ports are going to be pretty easy. Um, and he has another port in the discard. As long as you get around to the upgrades, this should be trivial. And then you can just buy an estate. So the win should be here. It really should be here. Yeah, this is a joke.
I mean, you need to draw the upgrades, which
Yeah,
playing these. I I'm not sure because you need to keep enough forecast. I guess you need to keep 2 forecast cards in hand so that you can upgrade them. Well, yeah, okay. Haka's doing it, so Oh, and there is the duchy.
Yeah, if there was only an upgrade, but this should still do it.
All right. Yeah, we're gaining ports. All right, we can just upgrade the stowaway into a 4 and then draw that 4. Yeah. Okay, that does it.
Yeah.
Or buy it, the upgrade. Yeah, that's even
Yep.
simpler.
That was probably less clean than it could have been, but yeah, the
It
win
still
was there.
gets there. Yeah. All right, 502
Even with that
market.
seeming disaster draw, he still got there. So
Yep.
very funny.
All right, and the very last kingdom. It. Thank you,
We win
Hakha.
this one. Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? Uh, we only can play 2 terminal actions a turn. So Inventor is not going to do as much as it would normally because the only village is launch. So what are you actually doing here then? I mean, I still probably want to play.
Highwayman buried treasure stack.
Yeah, I still probably want to play with Inventor. Maybe not actually. What does it really do?
I don't think Inventor does enough here.
Yeah, I mean, Underlink is nice to have just because Desert Guides is pretty strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just buy one Underlink, and that's probably all the favors you really need for the game. So yeah, I guess it's just some highwaymen, buried treasures, and probably some money-ish thing.
Yeah. The only question really for me is Highwayman better or is Patrol better? The Highwayman hurts, but the Patrol does make your next turn a little bit better, but I guess if you're going and also there is launch stuff, so if you do like top deck an action card or something, you could launch to draw it. So I
Yeah,
guess you don't even really have to pick Highwayman or Patrol. You could go for both.
yeah. I think I'm imagining playing with one highwayman
Yeah, you
and
don't play with more than one.
then 1 or 2 patrols. Second
Tracer,
underlink.
oh, sorry, Tracer opening the Desperation just to get the buried treasure was interesting.
Yeah, I don't think it worked out, and like the curse is really in the way. I think so. I know, not a fan of the open.
I don't think it was that bad. The buried treasure's nice to have, and you can cycle back around to it. I think there's enough that it had basically equal play to not doing it, but maybe not.
I mean, the curse is just gonna be -1 VP forever, and
True.
it's also going to be in the way of all of your shuffles. So I don't know. Taking that curse voluntarily seems really worrisome to me.
And there's been this like really nagging sound in the back of my head this entire game. That's just I've just been hearing this like chant, this primitive chant to go for barbarian. Just get a barbarian and just start going for it. Like
Oh yeah,
and
you're gonna trash a state into curse +2 VP. Let's go.
well, that's the thing. Like I always underestimate barbarian and then I'll play an opponent and they'll just go for barbarian and I'll just laugh at them, you know? I'll be like, "Oh, you fucking idiot. What are you doing?" And then it always works. And it's always like close and it's really sketchy and I'm like I don't know. The barbarian might actually be good
Well,
on this board,
well, you see,
which
my
I
experience with barbarian is either barbarian is bad and then they get it early and I laugh at them, or the barbarian is good and then they get it early, and then I get a lot more later and then I laugh at them still because they don't have a deck.
yeah, but you're never gonna get to that state. And I think barbarian hurts enough here. Like
It's
hitting a copper into a curse is pretty brutal.
hitting the
Like
buried treasure into silver is like a bad hit.
I don't think so. That's a good hit.
Uh,
Maybe not in this
no.
specific case. You would prefer the silver because then you get to play the highwayman. Also, they're playing with multiple highwaymen, which is I don't know if I agree with that. I think I would have preferred a patrol over the second highwayman, but
Yeah, I would have played with at least one patrol here.
yeah. I just like the flexibility with launch and then making your next turn a little better. And but I guess it could draw Underling Dead. Yeah, there are some bad draws, but it seems unavoidable on this board.
Yeah. I mean, there are also bad draws of Highwaymen, like the one we saw from Haka, where you draw both of them and you can't launch. And
Yeah,
Patrol doesn't really have that problem because you draw enough cards so that you usually have at least three.
yeah.
Oh,
So now we're gonna see the buried treasure stack. Tracer's probably gonna get like 2 or 3 buried treasures here. Probably two. 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, he could get to 15 easily here, and then that would just probably seal it for him, wouldn't it?
yeah, that sounds devastating.
Yeah. I don't, it like, it doesn't sound like it would be that good, buried treasure, when you read it, but like, it's kind of deceptively good.
No, it's just it gives 3 coins, right? Like if you don't really have control in a deck like this, it's kind of just like a gold, but it costs two.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see the triple buried treasure here, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be curtains. So Tracer may get his first win here. It's by no means over, but I would much prefer to have 6 buried treasure to 4. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Haka still has plenty of game. He has a lot more underlings than Tracer. It is something probably not to be underestimated, right? Like being able to always flip into the hand that does exactly the thing you want.
Sure, but I really want to see a patrol now.
Mm, yeah.
Or gold. I guess gold is okay too, but I think patrol is needed.
Yeah, we have launch and we're not using it. Launch is fantastic. Like I want to be using launch a lot here. Tracer picked up a lot of havens, right? Are all of these havens picked up by Tracer?
I think so.
That is
Gains a haven. So there's 1 tracer, 2 tracer. Haka has 1.
okay. Alright, that's a little more reasonable, I suppose. I don't know that Haven is such a good card here. Just because it can be drawn dead by Patrol, but I guess neither player is gonna go for Patrol, so there we are.
I think Haka has too many underlings. Maybe one too many. It could have been a silver. It would have been a little bit better.
I think so, yeah.
It's hindsight, of course, but
Well,
you know,
Tracer
8.
misses Province, needs to Desperation for
There
it.
is there is no such thing as missing province with desperation. You will
Yeah,
always
but
hit province.
you miss you have to play Desperation, and that like is a little sad.
True.
Yeah, and Haka is not going to miss 8 for the next 2 turns. Oh, well, I guess Tracer is just gonna hit 16 next turn. that that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, how do you deal with this as Haka?
Well, Tracer's just calculating if it's ever possible that Haka hits 16. And then when he inevitably goes, no, it's not possible, he just takes the province, and now you just I mean, as Hawkeye, I would just buy the province, take the L, and be like, hey, I'm up 5-1. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Or maybe
It's okay.
Tracer doesn't hit
If I
16. Oh, I guess he does.
yeah,
He always does. He needs to draw
yeah,
2 money.
yeah. Well, maybe those curses. Yeah, I know. There's the desperation. No, you counted the desperation, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, that's almost the hand, but not quite. Is there a hand for Haka that he can roll into that does it? It's like
I
how
mean,
many
you have 6 coffers to find out, or 6 villagers, whatever they're called, the Liason coins,
favors?
the favors. Yeah.
I don't think there is a hand for Haka, right? Like you need to hit 14 of the money. If you have 2 silvers, actually. Yeah, if he has 2 silvers in the deck, he can do it. I don't know if he does. Silver. Oh yeah, he does. So he can draw exactly. Um, yeah, his hand needs to be exactly copper, double silver, gold, some treasure, and then he can do it. It's not. It didn't happen, so this is a little sad. All right. So I guess we double duchy here.
You take a curse to double duchy.
Oh, right. We don't have 10. Uh oh.
I mean, maybe you do, but I think duchy double estate's probably just
Yeah, that duchy double estate puts the same amount of junk cards and the same amount of points in the deck.
yeah.
So I don't know, actually is it better? It's probably the same. Yeah, Haka really needed to find a buried treasure so that he has a threat next turn too.
Yeah.
I mean, Tracer might technically miss 6. Or, wait, no, I mean, he has a buried treasure in hand, so. Okay, if Tracer doesn't draw another coin. Oh, wait. If Tracer doesn't draw 2 treasures here, uh, and then he has to feed the. Oh, no, wait. Is there a Highwayman in play? Yeah, there is. Okay, so if he has to feed the buried treasure into the Highwayman, then he might miss Province on the next turn. And that's probably a way for Haka to be in the game. But that seems so extremely unlikely.
Yeah. I think Tracer's gonna finally get one here. Hawk is just calculating probably right now whether or not this province is poisoned or not.
Well, it looks very poisoned to me.
Yeah,
So.
it looks very obvious. Maybe he's just thinking about whether or not he just wants the game to end or not.
It's like, I mean, I'm up 5-0. Do I really need the 6th win?
You always go for the 6th win. I just like I don't think Haka has ever had a 6-0 in A. Because yeah,
Well, when your opponent's resigning like within 3 minutes of starting a game, that's a good way to get 6-0.
that
That was a
happens. It's a part of the 6-0s usually.
it was a very surprising resign from Tracer earlier.
Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, it happens. I think you keep on playing for the win. I guess is he trying to launch here?
Mm,
No, okay.
I think he's just calculating I guess he was just calculating desperation or no desperation. I don't know.
Oh wait, why did Tracer Desert Guides here? Wasn't that hand like totally fine?
I don't know.
I guess he drew a buried treasure anyway, so this is pretty good. He didn't draw a Highwayman though. He can launch for a Highwayman, but then you have to Desperation for a province, which I think you're fine with doing. Alright, so as Haka, you just kind of have to assume that Tracer only hits Duchy and maybe Desperation Duchy. And you just kind of have to set up trying to win over 2 turns somehow. Which I guess this is a start. And this is actually a good hand to see for Haka. This is also a great hand to see for Tracer because you can Desperation Duchy and put 2 buried treasures in play. Unless you want to win this turn, I suppose.
I want to win this turn, and I have 3 ring tosses to do it. But
Oof. Alright, well, we're not winning this turn.
it's fine.
So Haka
How
needs
is
to province
get
double
province
touch.
touch?
Double
Yeah,
Duchy
no.
is... Nope.
No. That's never happening.
He has 3 coins. It's just province. Oh wait, he has 2 buys. Well, yeah, he has 2 buys, right? He literally can't do it.
You have to cycle back. You have to cycle here, and
Yeah. I mean, you literally always lose, right? Because you have only 2 buys. There's no plus buy card in your deck. It is just
oh yeah,
there.
Tracer just has a guaranteed one. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tracer has 6 to start the turn with.
Yeah.
That's a lot of coins that Haka just drew, though.
Sure. I don't know why you're still just resign here. Like this. All right, whatever. I mean, that's what greatness does. Greatness plays on forever, right?
Yeah.
It's the difference
Maybe
between.
Tracer misses it. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it's possible.
Yeah, it seemed extremely unlikely though. All right. Thanks for doing this with me. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. And yeah. I'll catch you all later.
Yep. See ya.